Hello. After learning how to make a slip knot, it's time to learn how to hold your hook and yarn properly. And when I say properly, people hold their hook and yarn slightly differently, but it's important to hold it well. You may be able to make chain stitches without holding your hook and yarn properly, but if you don't learn how to hold it properly, then when you try to make single crochets and double crochets and other stitches, it will become a serious problem. But so let's learn. I'll teach you the way I learned how to hold it. Some people do hold it a little bit differently, so just keep that in mind. So you have a loop. You need a loop for your hook and your slip knot, and you can tighten your slip knot or your loop by pulling on the working yarn here. And if you need to loosen it, you can pull it on the working yarn, or on the tail a little bit if you need to, and it should open up. Your loop should have a little bit of space, not too much, but it shouldn't be tight. Okay, so now I'm going to call my left hand my non-dominant hand because I'm right-handed. Most people would hold the hook with their dominant hand. I'm right-handed. I always hold the hook in my right hand. I hold all of the yarn in my left hand. You should never drop your hook and be playing with your yarn with your dominant hand. Everything to do with the yarn should be in your non-dominant hand. Okay? All right, so now what I do is I put my index finger under the yarn like this. My hands are very close together so that they can touch. And I hold my ring finger and my pinky around the yarn, okay? And then I kind of turn them over like this. Now it's very important that we hold on to our work. And since we don't have any stitches to hold on to yet or any work to hold on to, we'll hold on to the tail right below the slip knot right here, okay? And it's very important to hold this the whole time and not let go. After I get a few stitches on my row, then I will move up and hold on to my work closer to my hook. Okay? So we're going to hold this like this. I want you to get comfortable holding your yarn like this, or very similarly. This part should always be straight and have some tension so it stays straight even if I push on it like that. It'll come back, it'll pop back. Okay, so once you get comfortable holding your hook and yarn this way, your dominant hand will hold your hook and nothing else. And just be very comfortable with it. You can be very relaxed with your dominant hand, okay? And you shouldn't have any stress on this hand, really. Okay? So, now we're ready to make some stitches. Now, I want you to practice holding this because this will help you in the future greatly. Or if you don't hold it well, then it will hinder you in the future. So just practice. It'll get comfortable. It'll get so comfortable after you practice doing this. Okay, so now we're going to make some chain stitches. Swing your hook over your yarn, down in this space and under the yarn, and now my top of my hook is back up in the air and the bottom of my hook is close to the table. Okay, and then we're going to take this hook, the pointy part of the hook is facing my non-dominant hand, and we're going to pull that down toward this working yarn, and we're going to pull it through the loop here. We call this yarning over. When you wrap the yarn, the working yarn around your hook, it's called yarning over. Now we're going to pull our hook down and grab it, pull it through our loop. Okay. I'm going to do a few more stitches. Now I have a class called Crochet for Beginners, or Very First Stitches, that goes into more detail and has more time to practice. So there you go. That's how you hold your hook and yarn and make chain stitches. Happy crocheting!